Hello everyone, our team would like to talk about the process of export frozen foods. In this topic, we will focus on FCL cargo. Our product name is Princess Lazy Frozen Foods. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Usually, we export or import our product using cargo. Let's see the step. First, let's see the production work in a factory. It is quite rare for an individual person to use containers for transportation. But some factories produce goods every day and ship them overseas every week. Our customers also transport various cargos by marine transportation, including automotive parts, frozen foods, papers, leather products, cosmetics, scraps, packaging materials and so on. The QC of a completed product is done. A factory shipping representative send a booking to a forwarded. At this time, the following are informed: type, number of containers, pickup date, loading place, unloading place, cutoff, ETD, ETA and free time. Based on information, the forwarded prepare vessels, trucks, custom clearance and confirms necessary documents. Basically, many customers request one-stop logistics service which has advantages of having a single contact to complete logistics to a forwarded. And checking the necessary documents is especially important. If any of information is wrong, a cargo cannot pass through custom clearance properly or board a vessels. In addition, if a certificate of origin has a mistake, a cargo is not allowed for duty reduction. We need special attention for paperwork mistakes. To pick up a cargo, we visit a container depot to pick up an empty container in the morning of the cargo pickup or in the evening of the day before. The depot is stacked with lots of used shipping company containers that have been cleaned and repaired. Make sure to take care of the quality of the container. We load cargo into the empty container when it is delivery to a customer's factory. On a daily basis, a large-scale consumer may use dozens of containers. We calculate loading time and manage the truck's delivery timetable. Because containers may sway a lot at sea, it's critical that the cargo isn't moved inside. It must also firmly lashed, fixed. The container is delivered to a port and loaded onto a ship. The term cutoff refers to the deadline at which a container must get in at a port before landed on a vessel. It is necessary to compare AFR to Japan, Advanced Declaration of Exports 24 hours before ETD, VGM, required disclosure of the weight of the container, and export custom clearance. As you see, you'll need to duplicate a lot of application. In a terminal, a large number of containers are being collected. As a result, cutoff must be maintained since sufficient time for loading and unloading in a port is required. When a container is put into ship, a giant crane known as a gantry crane lifts and loads it. Since the container is being hoisted, its entire weight is a big concert. Some clients ask if a 40-foot container can be used, but it cannot. Keep in mind that cargo weight is typically limited to 25 tons, regardless of whether the container is 20 feet or 40 feet long. Like this, lots of containers are loaded onto vessel. There is a limit of the space on the vessel as you see the picture. Depending on the season, it can be difficult to keep a space. VL is issued when a container is loaded onto vessel. Let's take a look at the flow. VL is issued by a forwarded and it is sent to shipper. During the time, payments for goods is made between shipper and consignee. For original BL, shipper will send the original BL to consignee by a courier service such as DHL or FedEx. Thus, consignee must obtain BL to pick up DO. A container is repeatedly loaded and unloaded at each port while being rocked in a vessel on the sea. A vessel is sometimes delayed due to the weather, but this can't help. Marine transportation can take a few days to arrive if it's the close ocean. But it may take up to 2 months if it's a long route like Japan-Europe. Before vessel arrive to the port, arrival notice is issued and sent by an importer's forwarded to consignee. Arrival notice has a number of costs, such as terminal handling charge and DO fees, which an importer has to pay. Let's take a closer look at the import process. An importer must obtain DO, which is a delivery note. so the amount of money that is written on AN is paid to a forwarder. At the same timing of the AN payment, BL is also submitted. If it's an original BL, the original document is submitted, and if it's surrendered BL, a copy is submitted to a forwarder. In exchange for AN payments and BL submission, an importer's forwarded releases DO to consignee. In order for an importer to pick up a container, not only DO but also import custom clearance must be completed. Documents such as invoice, packing list, and certificate of origin are entered into the system and a shipping person declares the import. If there is no problem with declaration, they issue an import permit, but if not, an inspection will be required. Having obtained DO and completed import clearance, consignees submit DO to container yard and they pick up the container from the yard. A trailer arrives at the destination and a cargo is unloaded. This is the end of delivery. Our conclusion. Firstly, documentation is an essential part of any business to run efficiently and effectively. Secondly, it helps in avoiding ambiguities and disputes. Last but not least, documents should be prepared carefully and both the parties, export-import, should study and refer to it.